I just watched a really good documentary on chemtrails. And, you gotta call a spade a spade. You know, we have killers on the planet, and you have to recognize who are the killers, and you have to actually, call a spade a spade. And this documentary, I believe it's called What Are They Spraying? Let me see the name of this. What in the world are they spraying? Just hang on, I got the title. I'll put a link too. What in the world are they spraying? In that documentary, you'll see they are intentionally wiping out the planet. They are intentionally, the guidestones that say they want to wipe out the planet, this is what the chemtrails are. It's designed to kill all of the trees, to kill all plants, everything. And in some way, shape, or form, these elites think that they're going to survive this. But it is geoengineering. They do have seeds that only these special seeds will grow in this environment, which will end up killing you. They haven't done enough research on that one to figure it out. But these seeds will kill you, and the plants that come out, proven to kill you. They all know it. So it's like these really rich people are committing suicide, like I'm saying. And they are very much trying to kill the whole friggin' planet. It's a documentary well worth watching, because it'll show you the statistics, it'll show you the exact what you're breathing in and what it does to plants and how much it's killing everybody. They go into interviewing some politicians, that just pretend, I don't know what the hell's going on. And it's like, why are you in government if you don't know that they're killing the fucking planet and you don't know about it? You shouldn't be in politics then. I mean, if some of the most serious issues, you see it in your sky every friggin' day. It's like everybody's talking about it, except for our politicians are like, we don't know about this? And then even if you go and approach them, it's like they got no time to listen to you. They don't know that they're, about this issue, but when it's confronted to them, they run away from you as fast as possible. Kind of a sign that they do know what's going on. So, and the one thing that frustrates me the most is, everybody's saying it's up to you. And it's like, but is anybody actually telling you what you're supposed to be doing? Like, where is your power in actually making a change? That's the part that frustrates me the most. And you have to look at what the causes are. What causes people to get this insane? What causes politicians to not care that they're killing themselves, they're killing their families, they're killing their own kids, their own grandchildren? Every politician that chooses to ignore this, they're killers, and they're killing their own family. So that's one thing that you could do. Go to your own politicians. Take your own freaking camera. Ask them the question. This is killing the planet. Are you, don't go into a big drama of, explanation of what's going on. Keep it really, really simple and say, there's people that are killing the planet. Are you a killer? Are you an accomplice to murder? Or are you here to actually, serve people and keep us safe? Yes or no. And get it on film. And then put it on YouTube. Let's see some faces of these politicians when you go up in front of them and ask them a question. Now, I know from experience, you can give them a hand paper that says, here are the statistics, go study it. You know what those people do? And I know this from experience. As soon as you leave, they throw it in the garbage. They don't give a shit about you. They just, it's a fucking game that, you put in your little complaint, or, you spend the time trying to communicate with these people, and then they keep saying, I'll think about it, I'll look into it, I'll do all of this shit. And you know what it is? It's a way of making you think that they're doing something. At some point in time, you have to realize politicians don't give a shit about you. Politicians only care about the corporate world and what the corporate world wants, and at the end of the day, it's some CEO that wants to make a hell of a lot of money. Okay, so there's one solution that everybody can do, is go to your politician, take your little iPhones, take your, whatever, ask them the question, are you a killer or are you one of the good guys? And if you're one of the good guys, what are you doing? I want to see proof. I want to see evidence. I want to see it now. I don't want you to get back to me. I want you telling me now what it is you're doing. You know, and if they say, well, let me think about it, and say, okay, how long does it take you to think about it? How long will it take you to get back to me? Because I want to know how serious you are. This is life or death. You know, and put some time frames on it so you lock them in to something. And then you can see who they are and who they aren't. And that's what we need to do, is start filming who are the killers. And they will tell you. They will tell you if you ask them the right question. If they say they're not a killer, prove it. What are you doing? I want to know. I want to know, you know, in how many days can you tell me what you're doing? You know, what is the plan? You know, at least make it public, and I would put it on YouTube. Okay, so what actually causes, you know, what are the causes of the causes of the causes? Why would anybody actually want to do that? Yes, it's greed, but where does the greed come from? Why do people get greedy? Well, you go to school and they'll teach you how to be greedy. It's all about the money. You can go and take an economics class. You can go and take business. Those are all classes designed to educate you how to be greedy. You know, you can go to a motivational speaker and they'll teach you how to be greedy. You know, so that's one thing that I would stop right there is, you know, if you're going to school, I would stop going to school. And you do have that power because they're not educating. If you want to learn anything, go on the friggin' internet. You will get more information off the internet, more directed. You know, you can get anything off the internet. And some of the biggest, wildest technology I've seen, kids are learning on the internet, but they can't get funded. Some of the best friggin' ideas that can save this planet already exist, and these kids are learning how to do it themselves out of school. School will teach you how to be stupid. And I have had a few conversations that education is wonderful. Yes, knowledge is power, but you won't get any good knowledge when you go to school. School will only teach you how to be greedy, how to destroy your friggin' planet. So there's my suggestion. There's two things that you can do. Videotape your politician and ask him, are you a killer or aren't you? Prove it. Second thing is get yourself out of school. Don't go and fund these things. When schools, our education system sees that no students show up, then they're forced to change their curriculum. They'll have to change the way we educate people, how we gain access to information that actually benefits everything. Now, another way that education is totally screwing people up, and this is like the Venus Project, which I've seen another video that says it's directly tied in. The Venus Project is definitely tied into the New World Order. And one of the things that they want to do is use computers to be able to, you know, tell you and control you as to what you want to do. And the Venus Project is all about, hey, you get to do everything you want, and it's a free society. Bullshit. You know what statistics do. You know what computers do is they make you see what it is you want to see. If you want to see all of the reasons why you need to do a wrong thing, you will come up with the statistics to back up whatever story you want to tell. It doesn't mean it's true. It just means you're trying to use statistical data to justify a bad behavior. In the end of the day, if somebody dies, it's a bad idea. And statistically, these people are friggin' insane. Another thing that you can do. The only reason these people are allowed to do whatever they do is because of our justice system. As a mother that had children living in her house that should be collecting child support according to our laws, why is it that I had to pay child support? That opened my eyes big time, that our justice system admits it's not perfect. You know, we can put people on the moon, we can do a hell of a lot of shit, but we can't make a justice system actually tell the difference between right and wrong. We're capable of it. I know how it can be done. If I'm a dumb shit on welfare, how come I can tell how a system would be able to tell the difference between right and wrong? You know, I know how to, I can make a hell of a lot of good suggestions about our justice system where you will, without a doubt, know the difference between right and wrong. So if I can tell, why aren't these people with all of this education can't tell? Because they don't want to. And you are going to be, if you think that you are going into a justice system to actually get justice, it's a con. You know, and then, you know, you're going to get a bad decision, and then it's all about, oh, you can appeal. And the whole process is for you to spend the rest of your life in a system that you're just spending a ton of money on that you will never ever win because the game is all set up. So it's like at any point in time that you want to solve any problems, don't walk into a courtroom. Go in there and say you are biased. This is is this justice system perfect? Can this justice system tell the difference between right and wrong 100%? A judge has to say, no, it's not. He has to admit that. If he can't, then you have to bring evidence as, well, you got it wrong this time, you got it wrong that time, and you got it wrong this time, so how can you say your system is perfect? Wouldn't that suggest that you don't know what you're talking about? I mean, there is a way for you to get out of every freaking court case because they cannot make a decision. So there's three things. Get out of school. You want to learn something? Learn it on the internet. Information is power, and there's a hell of a lot more information, truthful information over the internet. Because, you get information out, there's always going to be somebody that proves you wrong, and it's that open conversation that ends up getting you out of the box. It gets you free thinking. So I would get out of school, and that'll force our education systems to be different. Do not walk into any justice system, and prove your point that unless you can tell the difference between right or wrong, don't participate in it. And go and see your politicians and put them on camera and ask them the question, are you a killer or aren't you? And prove it. Those are some solid things that you can actually do. And that's the things that really piss me off about, hey, we have the power to make a difference, but nobody gives you any road or path to actually walk on. But those are the tough things that you have to do. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, it's a different thing. Yeah, it's out of the norm. But you know what? That's what it's all about, is you have to do something completely different in order to take some control. I would personally stop buying any kind of stuff because it is run by the corporate world, especially Christmas. Christmas is where the elites gain all of their money. So it's like, this Christmas, do not buy any presents. Make something, a card, some nice food, a dessert, something that doesn't cost any money. And I would personally just drop out of the system. Make the system crash on your terms, not on their terms. And in the end, you're going to be saving your life and everybody else's life. And it will be tough. Stock up on some food. Do something. It's got to be a global agreement to drop out. But when we see a globe get together and all drop out at the same time, I mean, in a magical world, if you can get everybody to make that agreement that I drop out in order to save my life and my children's lives, and I'm going to drop out, and everybody has an agreement to do that on the exact same day, we could drop out and it would only last maybe a month or two. And then the system will start up again. You have to have faith that a system will come up after, you shut it down. And it'd be tough, but just look at it as a vacation. Take a month-long vacation. Otherwise, it's going to be the rest of your life and you're dead. And, I don't know. There's my piece. If you guys want to check out this, if you ever wonder what the hell they're spraying out there is no question. I mean, y'all know that it's wrong. Y'all know that people are getting sick. This is a way to kill you. And another thing that I would do is stop funding any cancer research. Any funds that you put into cancer research is a waste of fucking money. You're actually paying for your own fucking death. That is one of the biggest scams going. And they're preying off of the death of your loved ones dying on cancer for you to give them more fucking money to constantly give you cancer. The Cancer Society has zero interest in curing cancer. They are the cancer because you cannot prove the causes of cancer. If the cancer research actually wanted to do something, then they'd be backing up every lawsuit against every corporation that's putting toxic poison in your air, your food, your water. But they ain't funding any court cases. They ain't backing anything up, and they know more than 50% of all cancers can be prevented simply because of the lifestyle of all of these corporate world, that wants to get greedy. They're taught that. Go to a motivational speaker. They'll motivate you into being crazy. Tony Robbins is a good one. You want to learn how to get crazy? Go take a Tony Robbins course. He'll brainwash you into crazy. And he's been the motivational speaker for most of the wealthy people on the planet. Go check that guy out. He's fucking nuts. Peace out.